from the Colts and Fleming's game in Scarborough. The Terry Fox Run thrives in St. Catharines. And the Ryerson Rams duke it out against the U of T Varsity Blues. All coming up on Centennial Sports TV. Good evening and welcome to Centennial Sports TV, bringing you the best of the week in Toronto sports. I'm your host, Jessica Ng, here with my co-host, Papa Minnow. And boy, are we pumped to be here. Did you have a good week, Papa?
Great week, Jess. What a time to be alive in the world of sports.
I know. Varsity sports are really heating up. I heard you were checking out the Colts game this week.
I did, and what a game it was. Centennial Colts versus Fleming Knights in soccer action at AWC Turf Field at Centennial's Progress Campus. Coming off their first win of the season, the Colts are looking to build on success. Here, as Stephen Huede sends a beautiful through ball that gets by the Knights' defense and sets up Tristan Wilson for the first goal of the game in the 13th minute. Later, things start to get a little bit scrappy between Stephen Hewitt and Daniel Burns. Burns was not a fan of the play, and he gives Hewitt a shove and a shoulder, and the ref issues a warning to both. But on the ensuing kick, Colts coach shows his displeasure for the officiating. Later in the half, the Knights get a good chance. Shamar Deers with a nice header, but just can't hit the net to even things up. More chances for the Knights as Taishu Chan gets a good look, but Tristan Martino dives to keep it out. Colts still leading by 1, and they look for their second goal here. Wilson with an incredible run down the line at breakneck speed. He turns on the jets and just blows by the Fleming defense to set up teammate Kareem Mazouk for a good chance, but it goes wide. Tempers flare once again as Chan gets into it with Colts Ostap Hammernick. Here, Chan pleads his case, but he gets shoved by Hammernick and almost takes action, but is restrained by his teammates. Chan, Hammernick, and Ashton Vav all receive yellow cards for the altercation. Second half action now, off the kick, Fleming Knights forward is taken down in the box, and in comes the ref to reward a penalty kick. Hammernick is the culprit, which is unfortunate for the Colts as he receives his second yellow card of the game, which results in his ejection. Just look at the sarcasm towards the ref before exiting the pitch. Up steps Tino Rioza to take the kick, but Martino makes an incredible save not once, but twice to keep the score 1-0. Later, a desperate chip shot looks like a routine catch for Martino, but he bobbles it, and Fleming gets multiple chances to equalize, but somehow can't put the ball in the net. Final chance of the game, Fleming with a beautiful free kick that gets by Martino, but can't get by the post. Centennial gets their second win of the season with the final score of 1-0. We catch up with Vivek Jacob, who got a chance to speak with Martino on his shutout performance.
Yeah, it felt good. We were 2 wins. Last year, I wasn't here, but we only won 1 game. So to get 2 wins in the beginning of the season is big.
After the red card, you guys held it down, kept the lead. How big is that in terms of building the team early in the season?
That's huge. That we could trust each other. We did everything right. Everybody worked as a team. We talked, communicated. We felt like a family.
And how's the vibe been for you the first year on the team? Are you enjoying the team atmosphere so far?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I already knew a few guys, but it's been really good so far.
Yeah. All right, great. Thanks a lot, Tristan. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Well, we're right into the swing of September, and you know what that means? The Terry Fox Run, honoring the late, great Mr. Terry Fox and Foundation benefiting cancer research. I remember participating in the Terry Fox Run when I was younger. It was so cold outside. They don't have that problem now with global warming keeping things toasty late into September.
I guess we don't, but I'm sure the runners had no complaints about the extended summer. Let's throw to Emma Mason, who got out to the Terry Fox Run this weekend at St. Catharines Brock University.
Terry Fox is a national icon, and today, in communities all over the country, people will be taking part in a run in his memory. We're here in St. Catharines on the Brock University campus for the 37th annual Terry Fox Run to benefit cancer research all around the country. What's different about this year's race is that it was moved from its location of almost 40 years at Lakeside Park in Port Dalhousie to the university due to flooding and construction at the park.
For many of you, you're walking, you're running for the cause of cancer, and one of the wonderful things for me is to see the support out. I'm a cancer survivor, and I know the research done here, so this touches me directly, and it touches me incredibly in terms of the support you're showing for the research done at the university here, and the research done right across the country. So everyone that's come out today, thank you for your support. It's outstanding to see the community at Rock to ensure that the linkage, the partnerships that we have as a university extends right out throughout the entire community, throughout the entire region. So have a great walk, and run. For those who are running, get the time to take a look at the lab and what the research dollars have been used for, and thanks everybody for the support in terms of cancer research, cancer treatment. Thanks so much.
The run took place exclusively on the grounds, and 2 of Brock's state-of-the-art cancer research labs, funded by the Terry Fox Research Institute, were open for public tours. With each step the walkers took, researchers got one step closer to finding a cure for a disease that affects billions of people all over the world. For Centennial Sports TV, I'm Emma Mason.
From feet to wheels, biking is one of the best forms of exercise, but with winter looming, getting outside to ride might not be the best idea. We catch up with Erin Moore for more on Toronto's hottest spin class.
We're here outside of Torque Ride Studio in the heart of Leslieville in downtown Toronto. Now, this studio is not only known for its state-of-the-art spin bikes, but its love and support of the local community here in Leslieville, and we even hear it's got a dancing chef. What's that all about? Let's find out. I'm here with Cheryl Torrance, who is the studio manager at Torque Ride. Now, Cheryl, what makes Torque so unique?
Torque is situated in Leslieville in a great neighborhood full of wonderful people, and we're a spin studio that really is a connected hub for people that live in this community.
Can you give us some insight as to what we would expect if we did it right?
Well, we're really lucky. The caliber of our instructors is very high. We have a very high standard for what we put into the classes. Some of our customers, they like to go to the same class all the time, and a lot of them like to change it up. If you change it up, you're going to get a different ride every single time.
And we have heard that there is someone here called the Dancing Chef that has gained some widespread Instagram fame. Can you explain what that is about?
That might be me. And for 20 years, I was a chef in Toronto at various places. And I just started working at Torque about 1.5 years ago. And, you know, at 6 o'clock in the morning and you're all by yourself and there's a class going on, I just started doing dance videos and it kind of blew up. And now I do them a few times a week, and sometimes I do a motivation video, and we just get this place going, right? We just have a good time.
Well, that's a great way to start the week for sure. Now, I've heard a ton about the state-of-the-art bikes here at Torque Ride, so how about you go and take me through the bikes?
What we're going to do right now is show you the console for the Stages bike. This is an actual record of how you're performing during your 45-minute ride with the instructor. We have a power meter that's connected to your pedal that sends a message to your console of how hard you're working. Up here we have your watts and your RPMs. The instructor will use those as a guide. If the instructor says to you, I'd like you at about 65, 70 RPM, that's your opportunity to get there. You do that by adding tension to your bike. You do what you can. This is solely your ride. You make it what you want. At the end of the class, we do email you these metrics. Some people use them as a guide to kind of outperform themselves for the next time. Gives you an indication of where you're at and how you're performing. There's not too many places in Toronto that have these bikes. If you want to take your ride to the next level, these are the bikes to do it.
So if you're ever in the Leslieville neighborhood or you're just looking for a really great spin class, look no further than Torque Ride here on Queen Street East. For Centennial Sports TV, I'm Erin Moore. Regular water, with all its chlorine and fluoride, just isn't good enough for today's underemployed and overeducated millennials. Pretentious bottled water isn't just a vital resource we need to survive. It's an experience and a lifestyle, and it makes us instantly more sophisticated. Ouch! Voss water impresses people because it's pure artesian water from Norway that's bottled at the source. Voss isn't filtered because, frankly, science is scary, but it meets all the water safety regulations at federal and state levels. So even though the world is burning to bits, for $5 a bottle, you can buy peace of mind. Because let's face it, you're never going to be able to afford a house. Voss, look deeper. In more varsity athletics, the Ryerson Rams are amping up. Ahead of the upcoming season, the Rams played their first exhibition game against the University of Toronto Varsity Blues. Ryerson hosted U of T in U Sports women's hockey action. We'll pick up things late in the first period. Rams 3-0, still on the prowl. Do Rams prowl? Brooklyn Gamble backhands it. It goes in the corner. Krishanda Green gets the puck back behind the net and sets it up perfectly. In it goes top shelf. Rams up 4-0. That celebration is well deserved. And look at Gemmel. She's gonna collect those high fives. Maybe a show of what's to come? Second period, Gemmel again. She's hauled down on a breakaway this time, and she earns a penalty shot. Here she goes. She tallies her second of the game, making it 5-0 Ryerson. Midway through the third, Julia Zaluska on a breakaway. She's denied by Rachel Setley. But Shanette's power knocks in the rebound. And the Blues, they're finally on the board. About time, and U of T's really enjoying that one. Props all around. Late in the period, Emma Lowachi sends what looks like it's going to be a harmless shot from center ice. It gets past to Katie Tikasing, and bam, 6-1 Rams. The Varsity Blues add on a late goal, but they fall short. To those victorious Rams 6-2 on Saturday.
As we take a look at Ryerson's victory, Brooklyn Gemmel led Ryerson with 2 goals. Tegan Gartley and Lauren Nicholson both pitched in with 2 assists apiece in the win. Looking ahead, the Rams will take on UOIT at Mattamy Athletic Center. The game goes at 7 on Thursday, October 5th. And on Sunday, October 22nd, Wilfrid Laurier will visit the Athletic Center in the afternoon. Puck drops at 2:15. It's a shame the Jays haven't had much success this season, but at least there's still some hope for some up-and-coming baseball players. You got a chance to see some of them in action, didn't you, Jess?
Yes, I did. Tournament 12 took Toronto by storm. 160 of the best amateur players in the country took to the diamond to strut their stuff for pro scouts and college recruiters. Some of them were as young as 14, but the talent level at this tournament was insane. Today I'm at the Rogers Centre where the Toronto Blue Jays hosted Tournament 12. 2017 marks the 5th iteration of T12, as it's affectionately known, and is the first tournament of its kind to showcase baseball talent in Canada to Major League Scouts and college recruiters.
You know, it's fun. You come out in the big stadium of the Blue Jays. You play against good players. You have fun with your friends. You can show your talents like in front of scouts. That's a very good experience, and I learned about it. I learned very much. Yeah.
What's special for you about working with this age group?
It's being able to evaluate these kids and see what they really need. Coaching is really important. Being able to feed them with the right information is very, very important. Keeping things simple for them, trying to make him understand that baseball is not a complicated sport. It's not a complicated game. If you have the talent, you just got to have fun and just do the little things right, and you'll be successful. Some of the coaches have been here. There's been Roberto Alomar, who's been giving a lot of feedback to some of the players. It's been working very well for him, and the those are the type of guys that you learn every day from. You know, they say certain things about the game, and even today, like, I mean, I have a lot of experience, and whenever a guy like that talks, I listen and I take what they say and I try to help out the kids with the information that they feed.
How has the program changed since you started?
Yeah, well, at first we had to work for this. I mean, we had to go out and do dinners and raise money, and the kids had to pay to come. But the commissioner, which is our Hall of Famer, Robbie Alomar, has somehow figured out a way to get these kids here for, I won't say the word free, but certainly they don't pay as much as they used to, and they're having a lot of fun because they're not being taxed on coming here out of their moms and dads' pockets. So, no, we've seen a lot of great things happen, and for that, I think we've been rewarded with good baseball play.
So how long have you been involved with this tournament?
Oh gosh, since day one. The first year they did, I think it was 2013. So been here since the inception of it, and seen a lot of good kids go through here.
How have you seen the tournament evolve over the years?
You know what, I think the tournament, as far as how smoothly it's run and all that, is what I see evolving. But as far as the players, the kids that are here, those are all the same. They're just kids coming out here showcasing themselves for all the scouts that are here, and every now and again we do get some pretty dang good ones coming through here. So I think it's great for all these kids, and hopefully they take a very positive and learning experience away from this.
Being back in this stadium, what does it bring back for you?
Oh gosh, a lot of memories. You can't help but look up there, two banners, and see 1992 World Champions, 1993 World Champions,
Both of which you're part of.
Yes, absolutely. And then a lot of fond memories. And plus having some of my old teammates part of this T12 extravaganza. We get to tell stories. We get to reminisce a little bit and talk about how it was a long time ago, and so it's fun. But it keeps us around the game of baseball, keeps us young. The game's never going to change. It's see ball, hit ball, catch ball, throw ball, pitcher, throw strikes. I think just the personnel, the names on the back of the uniforms, all the changes.
T12 gives hopeful Canadian baseball prospects a great stage on which to learn, play, and grow. Reporting from the Rogers Centre, I'm Jessica Ng for Centennial Sports TV. After the break, we catch up with the first overall pick at the NLL draft and some very trustworthy commentary on Week 3 of the NFL season. All this and more on Centennial Sports TV.
Are you annoyed by pens that just don't work? Ever wanted to play tic-tac-toe, but had to settle for other childish games? Has a girl ever told you her number, but you don't have anything to write it down? Have you ever had $1 million idea lost because you have no way to show people? Well, thanks to the new Super Stilo 5000, you'll never have these issues again.
Thanks to the Super Stilo 5000, I've never lost a thought or a number.
Call 555-0123. That's 555-0123 for your Super Stilo 5000. Act now, and we'll even throw in this brand new Super Duper Stilo 10K that works on whiteboards. That's 555-0123. Call now.
Another week of football is in the books, and some team seasons may already be a bust. But let's catch up with our questionable NFL analysts and their look ahead at games for Week 3 of the NFL season.
Thanks, guys. Well, Week 2's in the books, Week 3 on the horizon. We got a good slate of games coming up this weekend. What are you most excited to watch this week, Ben?
Well, the game that I'm by far most excited to see is the Panthers and the Saints in the battle of the NFC South. Now, the Saints started 0-2. The Panthers are pretty unconvincing 2-0, but no team since the 1998 Bills has made the playoffs after starting 0-3. And with Drew Brees on the tail end of his career, he's going to be wanting to make a final playoff push. And we'll have to see if Cam Newton's for real this year. He had a very bad game against the Bills, and they kind of beat up on a bad team in the 49ers. So are the Panthers for real, and are the Saints really this bad? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, that'll be a really good game, and I'm curious to see what's up with the Panthers. Cam Newton, they just won 9-3 against the Buffalo Bills, who are not a very good football team. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do against the Saints, and they got a pretty bad secondary, so Cam Newton should be able to feast on them. Gabriel, what game are you excited to watch this week?
I think the game I'm looking forward to is the game everyone's looking forward to. The Atlanta Falcons versus the Detroit Lions. Both teams are undefeated. Detroit's actually looking like the real deal for once. Maybe they could carry this into the playoffs. And Atlanta Falcons aren't having the kind of rebound from the Super Bowl, and they're 2-0 as well. So I'm kind of interested to see both teams and how that'll turn out.
Both teams will enter the game undefeated, so only one team will still be undefeated after the game. Not too sure who it is. Who do you think it'll be?
I'm liking Detroit this year. Stafford looks amazing now. I think he's my favorite for MVP right now as well. So I'm going with Detroit. That big payday, bouncing back.
Wow, nice. Who do you got in your game, Ben?
Oh, in my game, I actually do like the Panthers. I think the Saints' defense is that bad.
And for me, I think another game to keep an eye on. It's not quite a high-level caliber football game, but I think the Crap Bowl will be nice to watch. The Browns versus the Colts, two basement teams. We'll see who ends up getting their first W of the season. Colts still without Andrew Luck, and the Browns still without any quarterback whatsoever. So that'll be a good game to watch. I think the Browns get the W in that one, though. The Colts have not looked good. Thanks a lot, guys, and back to you in the studio.
There were some fabulous stories this week in sports, and we are lucky to have been able to bring them to you. From the entire Centennial Sports TV team, we hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Jessica Ng.
And I'm Papa Minnow.
Have a stellar evening, Toronto.